This is so stupid, I have to make a video to show everyone how detached from reality the Pokemon community has become. Hisuian Arcanine has winged front paws like Beta Arcanine. That is one of the dumbest things I've heard in my entire life. Yet it's going viral, because the Pokemon community is filled with idiots.
Guys, I think you know what this means. I guess it's time for another video on Verlisify, and it seems like that as of late, Verlisify has become somewhat of a common topic here on this channel, and for good reason too. The guy continues to raise the bar when it comes to pettiness, as well as picking the lowest hanging fruit possible to bitch about. In fact, what we're going to be talking about here is not even considered hanging fruit. The fruit is literally on the ground at this point, and what we're going to be diving into is a 4+ minute video of Verlisify bitching over one single tweet of someone making a comparison of Hisuian Arcanine to the beta design Arcanine and having fun with a little headcanon. But it seems like that when it comes to our furry friend here, we're not allowed to have fun. We're not allowed to do anything without good old Furboy trying to destroy the fun for all of us. Wow, what would we do without you, Verlisify? Seriously, are you really truly the savior of the community, or are you the Satan of the community? I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the latter. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's begin here.
Did not one person check Arcanine's actual design? Because it's not wings in the beta, it's fur, and has the same jaggedness as Arcanine. It's not like, oh man, this is some scrap beta design that we hope to see in the future, like Gorochu or some of these like Generation 2 Pokemon that never made it. I'm baffled at how the Pokemon community goes crazy over bullshit and objectively false information.
Okay, so there is a big difference between information and theory crafting / having a little bit of headcanon. There is nothing misinformative about having headcanon, about theory crafting, as long as you make it clear. And based on the context of the tweet, well, I'd have to say it's pretty damn evident. At least to me anyways, because I'm not short-sighted and narrow-minded unlike you.
The more fake and dishonest you are, the more you're rewarded in Pokemon. It blows my mind.
Ah, yes. What would a classic Verlisify video be without accusations of everyone else being a fraud, but him being the only one that is the hero and the savior of the Pokemon community? I think, honestly, at this point, you can tell from my sarcasm that this right here is just not the case. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, pulling the classic projection card that he is very much known for. And I mean, honestly, I just have to ask, is there an expiry date when it comes to that card right there? I'd like to know.
And we saw this narrative try and get pushed early on when we had Hisuian Growlithe revealed. Is Pokemon going to finally make Legendary Arcanine real? Legendary Arcanine has always been real because that was Arcanine, as shown and stated in the original series, and you can see, like, yeah, that's Arcanine. This Legendary Arcanine looks closer to, like, base Arcanine than Hisuian Arcanine. Hisuian Arcanine isn't even close to the beta, or what Legendary Arcanine's supposed to be, and this wasn't even setting it up, but once again, idiots, oh, they love it.
There's another card that we have here for Verlisify, the name-calling card, more specifically, the Idiots card that Verlisify is very infamously known for. Wow. Getting really, really mad and worked up over a freaking tweet. That is hilarious. And I also just want to address this real quick here. You know that it is so bad and so petty when he can't even find a way to stretch the video out to at least 8 minutes for more ad revenue. It's barely over 4 minutes. So I'm just kind of wondering what's even the point of putting out this type of video, Verlisify, other than to try and farm cheap clicks.
Did no one even read its Pokedex entry? A legendary Pokemon in China. This legendary Chinese Pokemon is considered magnificent. The crazy thing is that, with this context, base Arcanine is more of a food dog than Hisuian Arcanine, which had, like, the food dog foundation of Hisuian Growlithe. Pokemon Legends just failed that miserably.
Okay, we get to one of my favorite parts here of this video, and I'm really trying to hold in the laughter here, but he tries to use the Pokedex argument to take away from this theory crafting. Well, I got a little bit of news for you there, Verlisify. I don't know if you can read or if you are selective, but we have ourselves the red and blue Pokedex entry that says, and I quote, "A Pokemon that has been admired since the past for its beauty, it runs agilely as if on wings." I think you guys know where I'm going with this here. And if we take a look at the design of Hisuian Arcanine, well, we can see that on its 2 front legs, oh, what's this? those appear to be wing-like designs coming from them. Now, obviously, am I saying that Hisuian Arcanine is the original Beta Arcanine? Absolutely not. But again, it's called headcanon, theory crafting. Let people have their fun.
My wild theory is that this Hisuian form is why it's called the legendary Pokemon in the first place. This is objectively stupid. A well individual does not even begin to approach this thought. Because Game Freak, there's zero chance. There's negative chance. The Game Freak thought, yeah, in 25 years, we're going to have, like, regional forms, we're going to go back in the past, and we're going to retell everything, and that's why we're going to find that Arcanine is the legendary Pokemon, even though we already have explained why Arcanine is the legendary Pokemon. How have we gotten to this point of just mass delusion?
I could ask a similar question about you, Verlisify. How do we get to this point of mass pettiness? I mean, I understand that you are salty about the fact that your channel influence has been seriously declining, but man, do you really have to take it out on the community for your own shortcomings for the fact that you refuse to evolve? I mean, my god.
That the truth has no value, and the dumber you are, the more support you get in the Pokemon community. I don't know what else there is to say. It only keeps on getting worse. And at this point, I don't see anything snapping out of it because all these fraudulent content creators, all of these genuinely bad people are happy exploiting children. They're happy exploiting and pushing this to get their popularity and keep their grift on.
Wait, hold on a second. How did we suddenly jump from one extreme to another? Now we're talking about exploiting children? I mean, holy shit, is there really no consistency with your arguments here? And keep in mind, all this is because of a damn tweet that Taco ended up making comparing Hisuian Arcanine to Beta Arcanine. Just wrap your head around that, ladies and gentlemen.
Instead of just being honest and truthful and actually like trying to find interesting things that already exist about Pokemon. But nah, reality, facts, those are boring, man. You gotta make up stuff to get into the really exciting things that people care about these days.
Well, Verlisify, the beta design of Arcanine exists. Maybe not in the actual games itself, but the information is out there, and Hisuian Arcanine exists. Quite obviously. So this is taking information that exists and taking a little bit of a fun spin to it by theory crafting. Also, Verlisify, haven't you done theory crafting content yourself? I mean, you are bashing this Twitter user for theory crafting when you have done the exact same thing yourself. Wow. So we also have ourselves the hypocrisy card here being pulled in this video. I wonder what is next. I mean, this right here is a walking, talking bingo card game.
And I've been saying it for a while, but yeah, the only way that this gets fixed is if COPPA is enforced on YouTube. Because it isn't. There's way too many children everywhere, and way too many influencers exploiting them. And there also needs to be age restriction on social media. 16, I would prefer 18, unless it's something like Facebook. You know, 16 on Facebook, keep in contact with your family or something. Because it's already been proven for many years now that overexposure to social media and the internet is just driving depression rates, and even worse than that. Because people can't handle it, and then this is the result. Like, everything's just crumbling, and everyone becomes filled with nonsense, and the good smart people, they don't want to engage in these platforms, so you do get a brain drain, and everything's just dumb. Everything left is just nonsense.
Okay, so he really kind of becomes incoherent here towards the end of his video. How on earth do you leap to such a conclusion like depression, as well as suggesting age restriction on social media to where it's 18 plus minus Facebook? That right there, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what to say about that. That's not even extreme, that's just honestly sad. And again, it all stems from the tweet that was featured in the video. Also again, more projection. So there's not really much else I can say in terms of the contents of the video itself. However, we take a look at the comments section of this video, and it gets really interesting. Let's actually take a look at some of the comments that I've screenshotted here, and you can honestly see just how desperate this man truly is. Now, I'm not going to read through these comments word for word. I'll basically just sum up what is happening here. We have someone pointing out a Pokedex entry that is objectively there for the world to see, and Verlisify responds with name-calling, as well as not even addressing the actual argument, just deflecting as per usual. We have another commenter basically calling out Verlisify for his pettiness over headcanons and theories, and Verlisify once again decides to pull the idiot card and saying that headcanon is for idiots. Wow. Okay, buddy. Keep on malding. We have someone calling out Verlisify for being an utter douchebag here, and I tend to agree with it. And Verlisify decides to make a false equivalence here by comparing a theory and headcanon over a freaking game to math. People say that 2 plus 2 equals 5 aren't curious, just morons. How in the hell did you leap from one side to the other? Those two don't even relate to each other. And here's another example of Verlisify dodging the argument and trying to deflect and distract away from it, when we have ourselves a commenter that actually points out verbatim part of a Pokedex entry that we actually pointed out earlier. And not only Verlisify calls people unwell over this, but once again, here he is dodging the argument and deflecting away from it because he really has no true answer to it. Well guys, I think that's enough Verlisify for one day, and honestly, this video wasn't even painful. It was hilarious because this guy literally made an entire video bitching over one single tweet that someone made out of headcanon. Like, that is just honestly really hilarious and also really petty. I mean, let's keep it real here. It's more conjured up toxicity that does need to be called out, but it's honestly just humorous at this point. I guess that means, according to Verlisify, all of us are idiots and we shouldn't be allowed to theory craft because that somehow manipulates children. I mean, that's pretty much what I got here from this video, and you know what? I really honestly can't even make sense of any of that because, well, truthfully, it doesn't make any sense. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it here for the video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a damn good one, people, and I'll see you in the next video.